going to get taken away from the chain of command. So we're going to kind of take those tanks back, and let's get some more infantry on the front. So 5 divisions board on boats, and let's get some even more infantry on those boats. Where is the other corps of infantry? Ah, that's right. That corps of infantry's HQ was destroyed, so now it's gone. But we'll send that forward. Should still be a corps of infantry here, though. We'll move that over there, I guess. And we'll just combine these troops over here for another corps. Okay. 22nd Corps board off ships as well. Are they on board? Okay, they're on board now. 53rd Corps is just infantry, or should be just infantry. And like I really have no idea what is going on right now. FYI. Ah, screw it. Let's just send these troops over onto the front. I'm trying to do everything in a fast paced environment, and I don't necessarily want to be. Let's move some more troops to the front. This is going to put more strain onto our supply lines, but it has to be done. 22nd Corps is actually going to land right here. I really want to take that port. And the majority of their troops are going to have to conduct an offensive over there. Back here, okay, I really want to solve this problem right now, so let's just do it. Oh. Let's just get them to move over here so that I can kind of easily remove those troops. 32nd Corps is also going to move away because then we can deploy a lot more infantry here. So let's do that. 34th Corps is what we want to pump infantry into. And that should be enough for one corps. Let's make another one over here. Where is that infantry unit? There he is. 35th Corps is another one that we need to pump infantry into. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we go. How far away are we from Moscow? So we're just we're 61 kilometers there. Roughly 65 kilometers there. We have already occupied Leningrad, I believe. Yeah, so Leningrad is also occupied. The Soviet Union is near collapse at 63%. We're pretty much right outside the capital. On our own front, though, we're still suffering from supply issues because for some reason this port still isn't supplied. I don't care how small the port is, just like we clearly have transports available. For some reason this port just isn't active. I don't know why. And it's really agitating when this happens, when the only thing that's stopping us from becoming a major contributor into the war is this supply issue, where for some magical reason, magical bureaucracy happened, and we just simply can't get supply into this region unless it's on our own ports. Maybe the bureaucrats inside, let's see, inside occupied Yugoslavia, Hungary, and I don't know, occupied Romania just simply didn't want to deal with the paperwork of going from Italy to Yugoslavia, occupied territory, to German territory, to Yugoslavian, Hungary territory, to Romanian territory, and back. I mean, that's a lot of paperwork. I would assume so. What else? Let's do something like that. I really want to destroy this mechanized unit. That will crush that unit. We're finally getting some more supplies into this area. This is actually a level 4 port, so that is pretty good. There we go. Now we've won that. Now we can get one infantry squad to move there. and we can kind of get some troops over here to just kind of crawl up and take control of that line of supply. I'm pretty sure that city is also worth something. No, maybe not, but there's a 2-point province over here, so we're gonna nab that as well. And have we finally taken Moscow? No, we're literally just outside the city. That is good. That is wonderful news, because that brings us ever closer to the destruction of the place. The odd thing about this game is that if you look at it from the victory point perspective, it's fairly easy to notice that Moscow, Leningrad, those are the two cities that are worth a lot, and Stalingrad really isn't worth that much, but Stalingrad was the city that Hitler wanted really bad just for the namesake. So, and the problem at Leningrad was that during the war, the Germans, I believe, they were stalled at Leningrad. Either, I'm not sure why, they just simply, if you look at the positioning of it, it's a small region. It's surrounded by the sea on one side and the river on another. The Germans actually surrounded the city pretty much, except for on certain places near the on the lake, I believe. So right here, they surrounded all the landmass, and the only supplies that could get through were trucks driving on the lake during the winter. So one of the weird things that came out of that was that the Germans never actually tried to pretty much move into the city anytime after Stalingrad, really. They never tried to fight the enemy in the city. They just kind of, well, sieged it, right? They just waited for the population to starve to death before anything else, really. So the odd thing about that is the German doctrine at the time was based on Karl von Clausewitz's theories about war, his book on war. So that actually brings up the question why they didn't actively try to essentially break the siege and destroy the city by sending their own troops in, simply because the German doctrine really they just kind of blindly followed what Karl von Clausewitz said, which was to oh, that's rather strange. Shopley HQ is now we don't have Supreme Command Africa, so yeah, we're really losing on the African front, but so long as we win here, I mean, everything should be fine. Tola is captured, Moscow is still just a little out of our grasp. We've taken Leningrad, but it looks like we definitely need to take the capital for us to declare victory. So that's rather, that's a little odd, but hey, it works, so we're gonna just have to deal with it, I guess. Alright, so now we have lines of supply dealt with. We can finally move up with a reasonable pace. It's not going to be the fastest, but hey, at least it's better than nothing, right? So we can kind of move forward from here, but what do we take inside this region? Most of the important cities are up here. Moscow is the only one that's really noticeable. And I have a single squadron of bombers that might be useful on this front, actually. If we bring the bombers up, maybe that one air unit bombing Moscow will be just enough for the troops to take it over. The other thing I could do is send a small infantry force over there. So let's actually get these 4 units to get them deployed up here. Where is Moscow? There it is. And we're going to send them in just as pretty much meat bags, really, to try to take the place over. And down here we'll just kind of abuse the AI by taking all this territory. I hope it causes what I like to call AI panic, where the AI just casts the AI in most games, it's really just calculative, right? It just takes a bunch of numbers and goes from there. So hopefully it'll notice that a lot of land mass is being taken by relatively few units, and then it'll bring troops down like what it's doing right now. That should give the little group of infantry. Oh, I have some infantry here. This is perfect. Okay, we need to send these. Well, first and foremost, make them into a new corps, and then bring them over to Moscow. And then we can just take Moscow like that. But before we do anything, I should probably save, but I can't save while it's recording, or else the game crashes. Okay, well, let's see if we can just break the siege with the troops that we have here. So, oh great, now they're out of supply. Okay, there we go. At this rate, yeah, the Soviet Union will be toast. How is North Africa looking? Okay, so we still retain parts of Saudi Arabia. That is the main thing. If we retain Saudi Arabia, I believe we get control of one of their oil refineries. Or do they even have one? No. Never mind. Never mind. They used to have a oil refinery, I believe, but then it got changed in one of the expansions. So now we need to grab Baki for the oil refinery, but that's another story. For now, the Japanese-Russian front is looking pretty well. So that is pretty good. I mean, things are going relatively smoothly right now. Let's get one unit to support attack them. The thing with support attacking is that actually we can commit everything on the front. What you want to do when you're trying to take places like this is that you need to commit enough troops so that you can open up the front enough, but not too many troops where it'll just kind of bog down the place. Damn, we better not be losing steam this close to Moscow. That is the one city that we need right now to break the communist advance. Well, actually, I've recorded a lot of footage today, so I'm actually going to end it off right now. I'll continue the game later on, I suppose, where we kind of finally end the enemy. So I'll see you guys then, I guess, and then we'll have to deal with the naval invasion inside this part of France. Let's start with doing that right now by moving one of our ships here.